In the meantime, new concerns about the impact of Obamacare. The president has said the Affordable Care Act is key to giving the underprivileged in America their fair share, but now a major union, part of the president's base, says it does just the opposite. Actually worsening, it says, the income inequality the president says he is out to fix. Lou Dobbs, host of Lou Dobbs Tonight on the Fox Business Network. How are you, Lou? Good Monday to you.
And to you, Bill.
What's the allegation this union makes about the law? What's the impact?
They're saying effectively that Obamacare will cut, in many cases, the wages of relatively low-income earners by as much as $5 an hour because of the extraordinary high premiums and deductibles that are associated with the Affordable Care Act. And this comes from the very first union, Unite Here, a hospitality union, leisure and hospitality union. They were the first to endorse President Obama in 2008, the first union. And they are out saying it just as loud as they can.
Cow. They're saying it'll limit access to health insurance.
Right.
It will cut hours. It will cut wages. They must not find anything that's good in this law, Lou.
Well, they certainly do not. And it's also, in fairness here, it's important to note that they sought a waiver to Obamacare bill, and it was denied last September. So, they're not pleased, I'm sure, about that. But for their members, they're laying it out very clearly. Higher premiums, lower wages. There is nothing they can find here that is good for their membership. By the way, they follow a very interesting line. Most of the waivers that have been granted, there have been 1,231 companies, Bill, get waivers on this, and for various reasons. But the fact is that right now, the number of waivers granted, affecting about 4 million people, approximates about the same number of people who've signed up for Obamacare, about 3%. It's just
wow.
Ironies and balance.
They went for a waiver, they were denied. So
Right.
This is a public overture to try and get that waiver renewed. Will they possibly? Do you think they will get an amendment on this? Or
Not likely, because now it's too public, it's too obvious. And by the way, I'm not in any way questioning their sincerity or the accuracy of their numbers. They conform to the Congressional Budget Office and other organizations that have been reporting on the devastating effect of the Affordable Care Act on millions of Americans. What we have right now, Bill, just to keep this in perspective, this will cost the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, about $2 trillion over the next decade. At the rate we're going, that means that there'll be about $2 trillion to sign up about 5 to 6 million people at this rate, if this were to continue, which would make this the most expensive program in America's history.
Well, and a loss of $5 an hour.
$5 an hour.
Not going to make a lot of folks happy. Lou, thank you. We'll see whether or not they get their way in the end, all right?
You got it.
Check you out tonight in prime time on Fox Business. Thank you, Lou.
Thanks, Bill.